Hi Ethan, hi Ari. Today we are playing Slay the Spire 2. Uh, I was thinking about the fact that I love to watch gaming content and I love to game and I've never made any gaming content. I'm not exactly sure who this video is for, but uh, people make Slay the Spire 2 videos and get hundreds of thousands of views, so why can't I? Today we're going to do a single player run as the Silent. I've been really enjoying the Silent in Slay the Spire 2. I'll do my best to explain this game a little bit for new players, but for the most part, this is for people that have played this game before. So Slay the Spire 2 is a game where you are trying to get to the top of the spire to kill the architect. There's 3 acts. In each act, you're gonna travel up the floors of the spire and fight enemies, sleep at campfires, fight stronger enemies called elites. You can go to the shops, and then at the end of each act, you fight a boss. It's a roguelike deck builder. It's kind of the original roguelike deck builder. So at the start of the game, I've got my starter deck. I've got some cards that attack, they deal damage to enemies, and I've got some cards that block attacks from the enemies that I'm fighting. I also have, so these are strikes and defend. These are like the starter cards. They're really bad. I also start with a neutralize, which applies weak. Weak makes my enemies deal 25% less damage. And also a survivor, which makes me gain 8 blocks, so it's more block than a defend, but I have to discard a card. It's kind of a downside, but it's also kind of an upside. The Silent has a lot of cards with abilities that trigger when they discard cards, so something to consider. The other thing in Slay the Spire is every card can be upgraded one time. When a card is upgraded, so it's a strike plus, it increases how strong it is. Sometimes it'll make the cost less, sometimes it'll deal more damage or other things. So here this strike goes from dealing 6 damage to 9 damage. At the start of every run, Neo gives you a boon. Here you get to pick, I get to pick between 3. I can get a random rare card. I can get 1 of 2 colorless cards to add to my deck. So my deck is all green cards, but there's also different colors of cards. Or I could get Curse Pearl, which gives me 333 gold to spend at the shop, but I also get a Curse. It's a blank card in my deck that can't be played and can't be removed from my deck. I think I'm going to take this random rare card. Oh, Malaise. Malaise is just fantastic. Makes the enemies weaker. Alright, so now let's pick a path. Let's reset this. I like to pick a path that fights a lot of elites, because elites, they're harder enemies, but they also give you a relic, which is like a permanent bonus. I start with 1 relic that says at the start of each combat I draw 2 additional cards. The thing about elites is you want to be strong enough to fight them before you go and fight one. So if I were to go fight this first elite here, I would have 3 fights and then do an elite. And I want to, I might not be strong enough to fight this elite, but this one's a little later. That could be better. I'm seeing a path where I could fight 3 elites, but it's not great. So I think I'm going to go on the right here and fight 2 elites. It has a lot of hall fights, these normal enemies, but that can be okay. Alright, so I've got my hand of cards. Let's talk about, you're going to play cards. You got cards in your deck and the cards in your hand. As you play cards, they go to your discard pile. When you end your turn, your whole hand goes to your discard pile. If your deck ever has no more cards in it, your discard pile gets shuffled back into your deck and you draw some cards. And that's kind of it. So here I want to kill something if I can. I can't kill anything. So then I'm going to choose to attack this leaf slime and just block enough that this twig slime won't deal any damage to me. And then let's defend, and I'm going to malaise the big slime, I think. So it has minus strength, which decreases the damage of all its attacks. Here they're shuffling slimes into my deck, which are like blank cards for me to draw. to decrease my draw quality. I can defend strike or I can strike. If I defend, I take 1 less damage than otherwise. Not a great draw. I'll just take 10. Ow, that's not great. So notably, my health doesn't heal between fights. It heals when I rest at campfires or after every boss I heal. And so you want to manage your health from fight to fight. You don't want to take too much damage in a fight. All right, so after every fight, you get some gold and you get to pick a card. So here I've got 3 cards to pick from. This one says draw cards until you have 6 in hand. It upgrades to draw until 7. Phantom Blades. So this references shivs. So shivs are pictured here on the left. It's a 0-cost attack that deals 4 damage and exhaust. Exhausts means it gets removed from my deck permanently. So it's like a simple attack that goes away. And a lot of cards will add shivs to my hand. This one makes my shivs have retain, which means I don't discard them at the end of my turn. And the first shiv I play each turn deals 9 additional damage. This card would be good if I had shivs in my deck already, but I don't. The last card is Pounce. Pounce is 2, so this card costs 2 energy. I get 3 energy every turn. It deals 12 damage, which is pretty good, and it makes the next skill I cost 0. I really like this card because it can enable you to play some expensive skills. It can also help set up future turns because it doesn't say the next skill you play this turn costs 0. It's the next skill no matter what. I'm kind of between Expertise and Pounce. Expertise is good. Card draw is just good in general. But Expertise can be particularly good. It can help you to draw a lot of cards, potentially. I've never picked an Expertise, so I'm gonna try that. I'm losing a lot of health. This would help save 3 health. I think I do 1 strike and do this. Dude, okay, so here's a card that adds shifts to your hand. So it's 1, it adds 3 shifts to your hand and then exhausts. And then the shivs are deal 4 damage, exhaust. Upgrades to 4 shivs. These are poison cards. Poison is at the end of a creature's turn, they lose health equal to their poison. And then the poison is reduced by 1. So this would deal 5 damage on the turn I play it, and then 4, and then 3, and then 2, and then 1. But poison can stack, so if I play another deadly poison, when they already have 3 poison, now their poison would go to 8. They take 8, and then 7, and then 6. Both of these cards I think are pretty good. Poison Stab is a little better absent of anything. I think I'm going to pick that over Blade Dance, but it's kind of close, actually. The fact that I just picked Expertise means I need some good attacks in my deck. Let me think. Let's pick Poison Stab. I'm just taking damage for no reason. Okay. Here's some good cards. I like Prepared a lot. Right now, it's draw a card, discard a card, upgrades to 2. This can be a really good enabler for like a good combo deck. Escape Plan draws a card. If it's a skill, you gain some block. This is just good, like free card draw, free block sometimes. I think between these two, I'm gonna pick Prepared as a good enabler. I think it's really good with expertise. If I Survivor and Malazed, let's see. Let's go like this. Oh, I just Malazed for 2. Whew, this is a rough run. I'm gonna do a little bit of cheating here. If you save and quit and then join again, it'll restart the battle that you're in. I just kind of want to fix the mistake I just did, because that was a misclick. Oh my god. So here's an enabler for my discard cards. This has Sly, which means that if I discard it, I get to play it for free automatically. Hopefully that'll make me stronger. I have not been doing well. Alright, so here, draw a card, discard a card. If I discard Flick Flack, 7 damage to all enemies. I think I want to kill the slime first. If the Swirling Strangler is alive, I take 3 damage at the end of my turn. It's not great. Six damage. I'm gonna lose this run. I think I just lost it. Absolutely brutal. Alright, it's only 14 minutes in, so I'm gonna try another run. This is actually the first run I lost? Yeah, I think that's true. Alright, let's try again. I just want to get through the first act. I'm not gonna do a whole run on video, I don't think, but I definitely think I can get through the first act. Okay. Whenever you rest at a rest site, raise your max HP by 5, transform a card, or the first 3 cards you see are upgraded, but the first treasure chest you open is empty. I've never seen stone humidifier. I think it's probably nice. Normally I pick New Leaf, which transforms a card, because you can transform a strike into something good. I'm actually gonna try Silver Crucible. Having the first treasure chest you open be empty can be pretty bad, but I've never picked it, and I think I should try it at least once. I think Silver Crucible could enable me to take some more early elites. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go 1, 2, 3, elite, rest, elite. I like that. Let's try it. And because I get these early... Because I'm going to get these early upgraded cards, it'll make me stronger faster. Attacking for 9. Let's discard this. They get temporary thorns. It's interesting. I want to kill this one, but that would take 2 attacks. It's pretty annoying. If I block for 15, I'm getting attacked for 16. I'll just block. Take no damage. That's okay. Here I can kill this one and attack this one. And next turn, I should be able to kill. Perfect. Took a couple damage, but that's alright. Okay. Alright, Acrobatics is a fantastic card. I know last time I first picked a draw card and it didn't go very well for me, but Acrobatics is even better. Untouchable is also very good. When you discard it, you gain a free block. Between Acrobatics and Untouchable, I think I'd rather have Acrobatics, but maybe I'm being too greedy. Let's see how it goes for me. Here's an event. I can either heal for 10 HP or gain 2 max HP and take 3 damage. It's actually interesting. I'm gonna just heal, because I am fighting this early elite. So here, I'm taking 11. If I draw cards, I might draw my neutralize, and I wouldn't have to block for as much. That's kind of nice. Let's try it. So here's a great turn where Acrobatics is good, because right now I didn't draw any attacks on a turn where they're not attacking, so I want to get as much attacking in. Right now they're at 17 health and 3 attacks. 3 strikes does 18, so let's kill him. Here I got a potion. This is my first potion. I think I've got it on screen. So this, it's like a one-time use item. Here it draws 7 cards and randomizes the cost of the cards in my hand this turn. Pick 2. This is interesting. Precise Cut deals 16 damage for free, which is really good, but it deals 2 less damage for each card in my hand. It's not great with Acrobatics. Bouncing Flask deals 3 damage to a random enemy 4 times. That can be pretty good for a poison build. 2 to deal 12 poison immediately. I'm leaning on Backstab, because Backstab is going to really help me in these elite fights. Deals 15 damage, and it exhausts the first time I play it, but it's always in my starting hand with Innate, which means I'll always get to deal 15 damage on turn 1, which is pretty good. I think that should help me with this elite fight. Maybe I'm supposed to take Bouncing Flask? Let's try it. Here I'm going to attack for 8. Let's go strike, defend, defend. attacking for 6, blocking for enough. Alright, here I can kill. Alright, last card I'm picking before my elite. Definitely taking Ricochet. Sucker Punch is also good. And so is Deadly Poison with my existing poison card, but I think Ricochet is the power bump I need to beat this elite. So this is deals 3 damage to a random enemy 5 times. So that's 15 damage, but I play it for free if I discard a card. Right now, 2 of the best cards in my deck are Survivor and Acrobatics, which are both discard cards. So I want to play these as much as I can. Goes really well with Ricochet, that's perfect. Alright. Attacking for 9 and is going to shuffle 4 statuses into my deck. It can't lose more than 20 HP a turn. Alright, so let's start with my Acrobatics. I didn't draw any of my good cards, which means that I'll get them next turn. Unfortunately, I won't get a Ricochet with a discard card, most likely. Kind of unfortunate. Gonna be looking to use my Snecko Oil at some point this fight. This seems like the turn for it. Let's neutralize to take a card out of my hand. Snecko Oil. Okay, free defend, free strike, bouncing flask. And then just do that. Will it get to deal the 12 damage? No, it will not. That's unfortunate. Draw some cards. Discard this defend. Alright. Bad news is I took some damage. Good news is they're dead this turn no matter what. Just click end turn. Alright, I got some gold. I got a potion cure-all, gain an energy and draw 2 cards. I got a game piece. Whenever I play a power, I draw a card. Oh wow, that's great. Now I can take powers. Here's my first power. Let's think. So powers are cards that permanently like upgrade how strong you are, but they tend to not do very much when you play them. The problem with Serpent Form is it's not going to... It costs 3 energy, so it takes my whole turn. I actually think it's like making me weaker right now to add Serpent Form to my deck, because it's going to be difficult for me to get to play it. It has a big upside. Whenever you play a card, deal 4 damage to random enemies, so now every single card does 4 additional damage. But sadly, I think I'm going to take another Ricochet. I think that's what I need to get strong enough to fight 3 more elites this act. Serpent Form, I don't think is going to get there, even though it's a power. But I am looking to take some cheap powers now. Alright, so my first rest site. Resting, you can do 2 things. You can rest, which heals. So I'd get 21 health back. Or I can smith, so I can upgrade a card on my deck. Here, I'm going to smith for sure. I think I'm going to smith neutralize, but I might smith survivor. Let's do neutralize. I'm going to play neutralize every time I draw because it's free. I get to deal 1 more damage, and I apply another turn worth of weak, which can help save a lot of my life throughout this run. It's a little better to go to the right instead of the left, just in case I change my mind about wanting to fight an elite. Attack for 7. A lot of status effects. That's 10 damage. Can I kill? So this is 14 plus 11 is 25. They're at 29, so I can't kill. I think I'm going to use my potion so I don't have to take damage. My potion is going to draw 2 cards and give me an energy, so hopefully I can get something that kills. I just need to deal 4 more damage to kill, so I have a pretty good chance. Alright, that'll get there. Vulnerable potion applies vulnerable, so they take 50% more damage. And let's take a prepared. Play lots of free ricochets. I think I definitely want to fight another elite. Alright. Here I'm going to use... So if they take 70 damage, they become stunned. They're attacking for 17 right here. I think I might be able to do that much damage this turn. So let's use this vulnerable potion. Now they take 50% more damage. Prepared. Acrobatics. Neutralize. So I need to deal 28 more damage to stun them this turn. That's not going to happen. I could deal 18 more damage. But I can still block for the full amount that they're attacking for. That was pretty good. Let's get this bouncing flask going. And block 5. Take only 1 damage. Alright. Can I stun? I think I can. Let's see what I can get. That's a stun for sure. Take that. Oh no, they're so strong. Alright, a courier. The merchant no longer runs out of cards, and his price is reduced by 20%. So we haven't run into a merchant yet, but merchant sells things for the coins that I'm getting. And this makes his prices lower, and whenever I buy something, he refreshes his shop. Alright. Ooh, this is close. These are both very good cards for me right now. Fan of Knives is a power. It adds 4 shivs to my hand, and all shivs deal damage to all enemies now. I don't have any shivs on my deck yet, but I could definitely see it being good. These are all kind of good cards. Slice deals 6 damage for 0. That can be good if you have a lot of card draw, which I've got an acrobatics and a prepared, so that means every time I draw it, I get to deal some free damage, which is nice. Hand Trick. It adds Sly to a skill in my hand, which means that it plays for free if I discard it. I think I'm going to take Hand Trick. It can enable me to play Bouncing Flask for free. And it's good with my discard cards, and right now it looks like I'm building a pretty good discard deck, which is a deck I love to play. Alright, the downside of picking Silver Crucible, my first chest will be empty. Let's open it up. Oh wow, it just says the word empty. That's funny. Alright. Next Fire. I can upgrade Hand Trick. Probably a card I'm going to play every time I draw it. Same with Ricochet. I think I'm going to take Prepared. Getting to draw more cards and discard more cards is pretty good, and I'm probably going to play Prepared every time I draw it because it's free. Alright, here, let's fight 2 elites. Go to the merchant. Here's a merchant. Let's see what I can get. I can get another Prepared for only 20 gold. That's pretty good. I can get a relic. The first time I exhaust a skill, add a copy of it to my hand. I don't think I have any exhaust cards in my deck. I can get some potions. Ooh, Touch of Insanity is pretty sweet. I think I'm going to remove a card from my deck. That can help to improve the quality of my deck pretty immensely, because now I'm not drawing the worst card in my deck. I think I'm going to get it prepared. And I could get a 3rd Ricochet. I'm not sure if the 3rd Ricochet is worth it. Probably is, though. It's probably... I'm probably just going to kill stuff a lot with the 3rd Ricochet, so... Well, let's try it. And then... I've still got enough for a potion. I can get a skill, a free skill. I can get 12 block. I can make a card free to play this combat. I think the 12 block is probably just the best thing for me. Might as well get the skill potion as well. I spent all my money. Alright, let's fight two elites. I think I could definitely take them. Alright, this is great. I can hand trick, make my bouncing flask play for free when I discard it. And then I can survivor to discard and play for free. That's great. I can neutralize. Let's neutralize this one to deal less damage. And I'll defend. So I'm full blocking. I dealt some decent damage. So this is a bad turn where I drew my ricochets with no discard cards. Getting attacked for 14. I'm only blocking for 5, so let's see if this skill potion gives me a card that discards. Calculated gamble. Discard your hand and draw that many cards. That's perfect. Wonder if this will get there. That was pretty good. I took 8. Alright, this guy's dead. Can I kill? Let's see. Not killing anyone, but I can block for sure. Go kill that guy. Perfect. Enemies draw more gold. That's good with my courier. I like Phantom Blades with game piece, but I don't have any shivs in my deck, which is bad. Bubble can be good. It applies a lot of poison, which can be good with my Bouncing Flask. But I think I'm just going to take Deflect. I guess the downside to me adding Deflect to my deck is now I have more cards that aren't my card draw cards. And if we saw it this fight, if I don't draw any of my card draw cards in my hand, I've only got 3 actually. My hand can be kind of dead. Like when I draw the Ricochet without a card draw card, it can be really bad. Let's try Bubble. I like Bubble. Receive the spoils map. Marks the site of 600 extra gold next act, or lose 8 HP to gain a potion. I'm gonna be greedy. I've got the courier, so gold is worth even more for me. Let's take the spoils map. What's the worst that can happen? All right, fight the elite. Attacks for 12. I think I'm gonna... let's not be too greedy. Alright, so I'm triggering Shriek this turn, so I might as well just attack for as much as I can. Ricochet. Is Bouncing Flask better than Ricochet? Probably. I'm doing some decent poison damage. That's a kill. I don't think I took any damage. Touch of Insanity is great. keep seeing powers that I don't want. It's kind of unfortunate. Do I want the poison stab? Probably not. I don't think I'd take anything here. That's a skip. I'm going to take Whetstone. Upgrade 2 attacks. Alright, I've got 2 upgraded strikes. It's not great, but it's not so bad. Better than nothing. Alright, Bubble upgraded is pretty good. I like Survivor. Let's just upgrade Prepared. I've never seen this guy. He's sleeping for 3 turns. And he's got 12, he gains 12 block every turn. I'm curious if I break his block, if he'll wake up. I don't know. Let's see. Yes, the answer is yes. Let's see what I can do. Was I supposed to not attack? Maybe. Let's make Bouncing Flask free. Alright, and now they're dead. Alright, I thought that was a pretty good act. Alright, last card I'm picking of the act. I can get After Image. Whenever I play a card, I gain a block. Which is also going to draw a card when I play it, which is really good. Whenever an attack deals unblocked damage, apply a poison. Or Storm of Steel. Discard my hand and add a shift to my hand for each card discarded. Storm of Steel is pretty good with my deck. But I think I'm just going to take After Image. It's like one of the best cards in the game. Alright, well that was the act. I had one successful chance and one unsuccessful chance. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, please like and subscribe. And if you didn't, blame my brothers.